Saros has some obvious mechanics, but there's a few mechanics that are easy to miss and can make your runs much easier once you understand them. The first one I ran into is this. If you hold the dodge button, you break into a faster sprint. This is useful for moving through larger areas, repositioning, or getting through rooms faster. Just be careful. After you come out of the sprint, there's a short cooldown before you can dodge again, so don't sprint directly into danger unless you know you're safe. Next, let's talk about these hands. Early in the game, Saros teaches you that interacting with them triggers an eclipse. Sometimes this is required to progress, but it's not always required. In some areas, you can walk right past them. That matters because an eclipse makes the area more dangerous. Enemies become more aggressive, more enemies can appear, and you'll start dealing with these corruption projectiles. Those are the yellow projectiles that reduce part of your health bar when they hit you. What the game may not make obvious right away is that you can remove corruption by using your power weapon. So if you're near an ether refill, but part of your health bar is corrupted, don't heal first. Use your power weapon, clear the corruption, and then refill your health. That way you actually get the full value from the healing item. This also makes power generation much more valuable. If corruption is one of the biggest risks during an eclipse, then being able to use your power weapon more often makes eclipse rooms a lot safer. That's why I recommend looking for weapons with the power generator trait, which gives you power when you damage enemies. You can also find artifacts that give power under certain conditions, and those can pair really well with this setup. Another strong pairing is health on kill. If you can generate power by damaging enemies, clear corruption with your power weapon, and heal from kills, you can turn what feels like a risky eclipse into something that's much easier to manage. Now let's look at weapon scaling, because this is one of the easiest things to misunderstand. Don't automatically swap weapons just because the new weapon has a higher level. When you look at a weapon, pay attention to the symbols and scaling indicators beside the stats. Some stats scale with things like resilience, power, or drive. The chevrons show how strongly that stat scales. That means a lower level weapon can sometimes have a better stat than a higher level weapon, especially if it has strong scaling in the area that matters most. Here's a simple way to think about it. If you're right outside of a boss room and your current weapon has significantly higher damage, I'd usually keep it, even if the new weapon is a few levels higher. That's a short-term decision. You need the stronger weapon for the fight that's right in front of you. But if you're early in a run and you expect the cycle to keep going on for a while, the higher level weapon may be better because you have more room to grow as you pick up more stat upgrades. So the question is not just which weapon is higher level. The better question is which weapon is better for where I am in this particular run. Speaking of longer runs, if you're struggling with a boss, don't always teleport to the latest biome. Sometimes it's better to start from an earlier biome or even the first biome and build yourself up along the way. You'll collect more materials, you'll find more upgrades, improve your weapon, and reach the boss much stronger than you would have been otherwise. This might feel slower than jumping straight back to the boss, but if you're already struggling, it can actually save time. Instead of spending 30 minutes on repeated failed attempts, you can spend that time building a stronger run and giving yourself a much better shot. Also, as you unlock new abilities, going back through those earlier biomes gives you chances to reach areas you couldn't access before, so there's value beyond just getting stronger. For upgrades, I recommend picking up Halcyon whenever you find it. Later upgrades will need it, and early on it feels rare enough that I don't like passing it up. If I have a choice and Halcyon is one of the options, I'm usually going to take it. The last thing I'll mention is one of my favorite Carcosan modifiers, and that's Overlord Restoration. This restores you to full health when you reach a boss. It's not the flashiest modifier in the game, and there's definitely ways to become more overpowered, but this one is extremely practical. If you're trying to make your runs more consistent, entering a boss fight at full health is hard to beat. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Take care.